Okay, let's resume. All right, so yesterday, just a quick recap. Yesterday, we gone through 3 modules. Module 1, what is energy? So basically, we bring everyone onto the same page on talking about energy, what energy is and what energy isn't. And there are 2 types of energy. One is the more observable energy, that those things that we can see, hear, feel, and taste and touch. And the other part is the unobservable energy, like the Wi-Fi, radio wave, and things like that. Anything that is unobservable doesn't mean that it's not there. You can't see and can't feel and you can't smell. Doesn't mean it's not there. All right. So it's just that it's not proven by science yet, but it is there. All right. So this is a very powerful part of the unobservable energy that we ought to leverage. Then module 2, we talk about personal presence. That means calling back all your attention, awareness, and energy back into your own body and not outside. And when it's outside means you leave a vacuum space in your system to invite, other foreign energies to come in. Now, if it's other people's energy, is still fine. But what if those foreign energy are those different kind of entities, kind of energy that comes in and refuse to leave? So I offer you yesterday 2 tools that you can use to be in the present straight away. Very fast, very powerful. Why these 2 tools work so well is because of one basic, what I call that, parameter. And that basic parameter is you have the absolute right control and command over your own body energy system. So therefore, if you tell yourself, if you allow yourself to come back, the rest must leave. Basically means you are the owner of your own body's energy system. That's why these 2 tools is to offer you a way that you can use, a method that you can use to quickly come back to your own body. Okay, so what are 2 tools? Number 1 tool is to find a location, I mean assign a location in your brain, in your mind, so that you can call back all your attention, awareness, and energy back to that designated location. And the designated location, I've tried so many. I think this is the best so far. It works so well for me and many others, which is the location behind your eyes, between the ears. Right? So you can assume that it can be a chair right in the middle of that space there, or it can be a sofa, or can be a bed or dining table, whatever that you want, you can be it. Okay, so don't have to go so exact science with energy training. When you go exact science, as in how many cm from the front, how many cm from the right and the left, you are missing the main point. Okay, so don't go exact science. As long as you feel it's somewhere there, you can click onto it. That's it. You are there already. Okay, it works. Right. This is tool number 1. Tool number 2 is doing the grounding. That means leveraging on the earth energy, the Kunqua energy, to connect, to establish a energy cord from your root chakra, anchor down to the center of the earth, and then do all the flushing. Okay, do all the flushing, your pain and tension, and all the foreign energies, all the stuck energies, all these things, flush it down. Make use of it to flush it down. The moment you get grounded, you are more or less present in your own body. So these are the 2 tools. I would say tool number 1 is easier to do. Tool number 2 also easy to do, and tool number 2 has more functions that we can use. For example, the flushing part. All right. So my personal favorite is number 2. Number 2, I always use it every morning, and I also use it as and when I need. Just to share a real life example just now that happened to me. Um, I was trying to log into this webinar platform, and somehow I don't know why today I couldn't log in, and I couldn't turn on my camera. I couldn't turn on my mic. Then how? No matter what I do, right? So I couldn't turn on, and it was, I think, around 1:30. I couldn't turn it on for whatever reason. So if you were me, what would you do? 15 minutes later, we're going to have a class right right now. Okay, so we have 15-minute gap window to get everything set up. But no matter what I do, I couldn't get connected to the camera and to the mic. What do you think you will do if you were in my shoe? Let's share your opinion. Of course, my first restart the computer, I did. Thank you, Andy. I did restart the program, restart the computer, and then try out again. Nothing works. Seriously, nothing works. And today is Sunday, right? So restart the router. I did also. I did. Okay, but anyway, cannot get connected to the camera and the mic. Is more of local connection, not of a Wi-Fi thing. But anyway, I also like what you thought it to be. I restarted the router, didn't work too. Right. So the next desperate option is to call help desk lah. This platform help desk. Hopefully they are they are around on Sunday. So before I decided to go and find the ways of contacting them, you know what I do? I ground the connection, the connection to the help desk. All right, I ground the connection to the help desk. Right, so the connection part is the inanimate part. That means it's not something tangible, but I just want to establish that connectivity to the help desk, making sure, hoping that there is some warm body at the other end of the connection. So, I went on to the what I call it, I click onto the chat. Sometimes those chat button at the bottom right of the screen, right? Usually they bring you to a robot or something like an email asking you to key in your what I call it, your problem, and then put in your email so that they can get back to you, in 2 days time or whatever. So I just praying lah, cross my finger and pray that there's some warm body at the end of that connectivity lah. Okay, so I click in. Lucky me, because of that grounding, perhaps someone answered the call. Okay, someone answered the call, and we went through the step-by-step troubleshooting, and we managed to get it up. For whatever reason, I also don't know what happened. And we managed to get it up, get the connection, camera, and the mic up again. Heng heng. Okay, that was around 1:40 p.m. Okay, 1:40 p.m. And usually I will turn the webinar on. That means on live at 1:45, because remember my WhatsApp message, I told you all to come here at 1:45 so that we can start on time, right? So for whatever reason, at 1:40 I get it resolved. I reset everything again. I come in, everything sui sui. 1:45, the webinar went live. Okay, so you see, in the physical world, when there are issues, sometimes when you have done what you could do in terms of restarting the computer, restarting the router, restarting whatever, everything it is, if you're still stuck there, these tool number two, the grounding tools, could be another option that you could explore to help you resolve the issue in the physical world. Okay, so this is just one live example that I use with regard to this connectivity. But this is not the first time, and this is definitely not the last time that I'm using this tool to help me solve my challenges along the way. Okay, I many occasions that I'm using these grounding tools to help me resolve a lot of issues, and it went very well. Okay, so that was what we covered in module 2 yesterday. And in module 3, before we ended yesterday's lesson, we went on to talk about how do you tune your life. Actually, there are 5 steps. Anybody can recall what are the 5 steps? Let me start off. Number 1 is to clear the confusion. Number 2 is to tune the pain, right? Number 3, find ways to increase your intuition. Okay, and then of course there are number 4 and number 5, which we will drill in deeper. Okay, drill deeper, because ultimately the aim is to be in a state of coherency for your own energy system. So that's what we covered yesterday in day 1. So today, this is what I mapped out for you for today, day 2. Another 3 modules. Module 4 is to clear the confusion. Remember, step 1, we say that we need to clear the confusion in us. so that we are clear what we want to do, what we need to do, and how we should do it. Okay, so we need to clear the confusion part first. And in order to clear confusion means we need to have certain level of clarity in our mind and in our life as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover in module 4. And then in module 5 will be the step 2, tuning the pain. Tuning the pain, yesterday I mentioned briefly that, when you have pain and itches anywhere along in the body, there are signs and indication that there are stuck energy somewhere. And that stuck energy, if you don't get it resolved soon enough, it will be manifested as life challenges in the physical world for you. So either you tune the pain before it get manifested into the real world, or you wait until it get manifested in the real world, then you have to deal with two parts. One is the pain in your body, and another one is the life challenges that is showing up in your physical world. So the choice is yours. So my advice for you is tune in every day. As you do the grounding, tune in every day, and you sense yourself which part of the body have this tension, pain, pressure that is making you not feel so good. So during that grounding exercise, flush it down. Flush it down. Sometimes you may need many more sessions than just one session to flush down the pain. But if you need 3 sessions to flush down the pain, flush it. Do it 3 times. If you need 4 times, do 4 times. Okay, as many as you need. Right? Then today, before we end today's lesson, we will also talk about module 6, the tuning crisis. I mentioned yesterday, as you do the tuning, sometimes things might get worse before they get better. And when that happens to you, it might not. But if that happened for you, don't back off. Don't back off means don't abort what you have already been doing. It's a sign that you are on the right track, that things are working for you. You just have to push through. Push through, keep on doing the grounding. Okay, and the flushing, grounding plus flushing. And then once you cross that threshold, okay, everything will be fine and will be better. Okay, so we're going to cover these 3 modules today. Darren say, yes, that one time I conduct Zoom event, but the ID go wrong 5 minutes beforehand. With that critical moment, hold my cool, ground myself, and retune the energy. Miracle happened, thanks God. Although start late, managed to pull through. Oh, good job, Darren. Good job. Thanks for sharing your experience. You see, so yeah, like what Darren mentioned, stay cool, hold your cool, then start to ground yourself, retune the energy, you know, like what Darren said, miracle happens. Indeed, for me today, it is a miracle happen because back in my mind, if I was thinking that if let's say my grounding didn't work, but I doubt so lah. But just in case, plan B, plan B. What if there's no one at the end of the other line to help me resolve this issue? Then what's next? Cancel the class or what's next? Something like that. So, but then again, I have confidence in these tools. So it works for me, it works for Darren, and it has worked for many other people who have been using these tools. So don't waste the tools that you now have in your hands. Nobody know you have these tools, and you can use it without people knowing it. Huh? So Darren said, honestly, don't cool also must face it. Rush also no use. 对了,就是这样啊。Okay. I think in some of the classes, I keep mentioning when you're faced with problem, right? Don't show your emotion. Don't show your emotion. 面不改色. Even if you're angry, stay cool. Give people their poker face. I think they will feel more TL. Okay. So the moment you add up, that means you don't stay cool. You will create a lot of stories for yourself. You make things worse. So Darren, I like your feedback. Honestly, don't cool also must face. So rush also no use. Yeah. So stay cool. Stay cool. You have a choice. Okay, good. Oops. So are you all ready to continue to create magic in your life? Type yes in the chat box if you are. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Helen. Okay, let's move on. Module 4, clear the confusion. Like I said, this is step 1. If you want a better life, moving forward, then this is step one, clear the confusion. Now, we want clarity, right? I'm sure every one of us, since you are here in this class, I'm sure this is what you are seeking for also. We want clarity, but sometimes it is difficult to find. Why? Sometimes certain information that you need are not easily available. Sometimes it's available, but it's being blocked, being restricted by some people or some organization or something else that, even though you seek for the answers, for information, you couldn't get it, but it's there, it's there, but somebody keep it, something like that. So it's sometimes it's difficult to find, but then is there a way to find? Because in the physical world now, luckily we have Google, we have Chat GPT, we have a lot of things. But then again, it also depends on the right keyword you use in your search, right? So sometimes you use the wrong keyword, you get garbage, right? Okay. And so that is the physical world that you can do. Or you take action to find answers, right? So my question to you is, if in the physical world you have tried what you could, but you still couldn't find the answers that you need, that means you still couldn't get the clarity, then what can we do energetically to find clarity? And that's where these energy tools comes in. So finding answers, just to put things right, finding answers is different from finding objects. Now, when you lost your key, you lost your MRT card and things like that, these are tangible physical items. And to find objects, right, you have to put in your effort to find, right, to find the objects. But to find answers which is intangible, sometimes we may need to use a different approach. And I'm going to share you what is that different approach. So look at this chart again, this metaphysics model. We talk about the energy being seen as the Tai Chi point, the singularity point, and there are two parts to this energy. One is in the physical world, and one is in the energy world. So we can also take it to say that in the physical world, it means the tangible objects. That means if you lost your keys, you lost your MRT card or your phone, those are tangible objects, which is the ink part, because ink is tangible. Okay, and the other part is the energy world. Energy world means intangibles. I can also call it as the intangible answers. And that is the part that most of us need clarity, but sometimes can't find, and therefore you are confused. So back to I Ching. I Ching always say yin shen yang, yang shen yin. This is always the case. If you want yin, you use the yang to shen the yin. If you want yin, then you use the wrong. If you want the yang, then you use the yin to shen the yang. So it's always yin yang, yin yang, yin yang. So how do we apply this very basic concept, yin yang concept, to finding clarity? The answer is very, very glaringly simple. Now, when we talk about tangible objects, that's not I mentioned, they are called yin energy. Tangible objects, yin energies. Now, if you want to find yin energies, then you use the yang energy to find the yin tangible objects. And what is yang energy? Basically means action. You must go and find under the table, under your pillow, under the where, or if you drop at the cafe, go back to the cafe. You have to put in your time and effort, the yang part, to go and find the tangible objects, right? On the flip side, if you want intangible answers, which is the yang, then you got to use the yin energy to find intangible answers. And to use yin energy to find the intangible answers, I bracket there AWL. It's an acronym of that process, of the yin process to get intangible answers. Okay, so AWL basically stands for ask, wait, listen. Okay, I repeat, ask, wait, listen. Now, when you ask, wait, and listen, ask who? Okay, ask who? Ask the universe. Then after you ask already, you wait. So it's almost like going to the Google one. You see the universe as like Google or ChatGPT. You ask means you give them the keyword. What are you looking for, right? And then you wait. Wait for what? Wait for the response. Okay. Now, once you send up the your request, and when you're waiting, please put on your listening mode. Listening mode means it might come back straight away. It might not. It might take a little bit while. Okay, right? So you have to be on your listening mode to be able to receive. That means you must allow yourself to be open to receive the messages coming back from the universe with regards to your asking. Now, about the wait part, have faith that even though you ask, but after 5 minutes nothing comes back, you don't seem to receive anything, and you start to feel kanchong already. Like what Darren say, stay cool, don't kanchong. Why? I need you to trust the timing. Trust the timing. Okay. Why? Because universe will not play you out. So far, with my experience with the universe, universe has not played me out. Okay. It will always come at the right time when you just need it. Let me share with you another life example that I use. My life example. Circle line along the way towards Dobby God, and I can't remember, come to a point where it will split two prong. One will end at Dobby God, another one will, I don't know, end at where promenade or whatever. Okay, so I was along that upstream route, and I want to get to what do you call that, promenade. Okay, but the train I'm on, I'm not sure whether it's getting me to Dobby God or getting me to promenade. Now I'm in a dilemma. I just boarded, because I'm rushing for time. So I just boarded the train. And then suddenly he said, Aya, jialat, I didn't check whether this will end in Dhoby Ghaut or end in Promenade. So, okay, I'm confused now. Okay, I'm confused now. All right. So therefore, I asked the universe, okay, tell me, am I on the right train? Okay, tell me, am I on the right train? So I asked, and then seriously, I just wait, lor. And then nothing comes back. Oh, nothing comes back. Even the announcement also never announced that this train is terminating at where or whatever. Whenever. Okay, so like what Darren said, stay cool. I stay cool. Then suddenly, one station before Dobby God, I think before Dobby God, is it? Can't remember. Um, then someone pointed to his friend about one advertisement. Train on both sides, right? On top, there's this advertisement, huh? So someone beside me pointed to his friend at that advertisement. And that advertisement message is very clear. Is that uh, this train will accompany you to your destination. Something like that. It's an advertisement. I can't remember what advertisement is that, but the message is loud and clear for me. So what I do? I stay on, because this train will accompany me to my destination. This is a very clear message from the universe. So I just stay on, and indeed, I was on the right train, and it get me to Promenade. Okay, so AWL, use the yin energy to get the yang answers. And yang answers basically meaning intangible answers. So AWL, the wait part can be a bit frustrating sometimes, because a lot of us now are expecting instant answer. You search Google, right? Instantly all come out. You type into Chat GPT, right? Everything straight away come out. So we are not used to waiting. But I can tell you, trust the timing, because the answers will come at the right time. You just have to stay cool, wait, but turn on your listening mode. Okay, so try it out for yourself. Don't believe a thing I say. Try out for yourself. You will find this as a very wonderful tool. So when I start doing this, you find that I will get less and less confused about life. This is just one life examples lah, one examples that I use, but on a very trivial matters, I still can use. But on more serious life matters that will dictate my future, this can work too. For example, should I go back to live classroom or should I continue to stay on webinars like this online? These are creating two different timeline, or should I conduct a hybrid, a chum between classroom and live online? Okay, so again, AWL, ask, wait, listen, ask, wait, listen. So until such time I get a different answer, my approach up to today will still be just going on live online, because this is the indication from universe. You get my point? Okay. So with that, I'm very clear what I need to do. I'm not confused anymore. Right? So trust the timing, it will come to you when you need it. So finding the answers will require you to have deep listening. Deep listening doesn't mean only depend on the ears, right? So that's not my case about the MRT going to promenade. I depend on my ears, I depend on my eyes. Okay, ears basically means I overheard someone near to me pointing to his friend to the advertisement using hearing. And then once he point to the advertisement, I turn my eyes and stare at the same place that that guy pointed. So I use my eyes to see the answers. Okay, so deep listening doesn't only mean hearing, it can mean see, taste, smell, touch, all the five senses. So it also requires you to have trust in the process that it will work for you, right? The third thing that you require is patience. Patient, AWL, the W, patient. Okay. So what it didn't require you is effort. Don't have to put in a lot of effort, unlike finding tangible objects whereby you're going to run all over the place to find your lost key, your lost card, your lost whatever. Okay. So it doesn't really require effort. All you need to do is just ask, wait, then listen. No stress. You see, Darren, no stress. Stay cool, no stress. Rush also no use. So same thing for me. Rush also no use. So stay cool. And then it doesn't require any special abilities. Anyone can do what I did. Can just ask, wait, and listen. Ask, wait, and listen. Okay, so no need any special abilities. Now the thing is that there's one tricky part here is about AWL, is the thing about why we can't hear the answers. Now, if any one of you have ever tried this method, maybe you can share with the class your experience. Had it ever happened that you ask, you wait, but you didn't receive any answers? Has it happened to you before? If you have tried out this method, especially those refresher. Now this is common. Helen say yes. No, wrong. Anyone have any experience to share? This is very common problem. That they ask, they wait, but they can't hear any answers. Helen say, could it be a case of not ready to accept the answer? Maybe, maybe. But the most common cause of the problem, why we can't hear the answers, is because we have too much internal noise. Internal noise inside your brain, inside your mind. Too much internal noise until the answers come, is being muted, is being overwhelmed by your internal noise. It's just like when you go to a party or a disco or a pub, and there's loud music playing around you. When your friend trying to whisper something important to you, you can't hear whatever thing that your friend is trying to tell you. This could be what happened that make you not able to receive the answers from the universe. Too much internal noise, and that internal noise is so loud that it overwhelms the answers. Okay. So what we want to do is that we want to isolate that internal noise. Okay, isolate the internal noise, and then so that that answers from universe can stand out on its own, so obviously and so glaringly that it stands out on its own. Okay. Now in the train, that's now my examples. In the train, it can be very loud. It can be very noisy also. The train noise, people talking, someone may play the handphone, YouTube video, on the phone and on the train and things like that. So the external noise could be very loud. But if my internal noise is equally loud, I will hear nothing at all. I won't even notice or overheard someone pointing to his friend about the advertisement. But because my internal noise is low, even there are people talking around me, I can still sift out the important message, say, hey, look at the advertisement. All right. So it's very important. It's not about external. Like I said, if there's a problem with you, check under your own engine, not check out external. So if I can't hear, I need to tune down my internal noise. Okay, so then we have to understand internal noise. What is the biggest source of internal noise? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think is the biggest source of your internal noise? I just ask a quick question. Any one of you feel that you don't have internal noise at all? Any one of you feel that you are clear, no internal noise, very calm, very zen? Okay, what do you think is the biggest source? From my research and from my case studies, I've come to arrive at this conclusion that the biggest source of your internal noise is overthinking. This is the number one source of internal noise. Helen says saturated mind blockage and possibly unrealistic expectation. Yes, these are also possible causes, but I'm saying if you rank them, number one is overthinking. Okay, overthinking. So therefore, we need to tone down your overthinking. I'm not saying don't think. I'm saying don't go overthinking. Okay, overthinking like what? 顾前顾后. Or in Chinese called 顾前顾后. Or 没有你想到有. You know, or 胡思乱想,钻牛角尖. All these are really overthinking. If let's say in the train I've been thinking, jala, 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 how, I go and check my phone, check this one, check that one. I may not have heard the person near me telling his friend about the advertisement. Okay, so don't go over that overthinking, because overthinking is going to make your mind saturated and causing blockages, right? And overthinking may also help you make unrealistic expectation. I may be going grumbling about why the train never announced this trains will stop where or terminate where, and then grumble, grumble, grumble. That is setting unrealistic expectation, right? Who say the train must go and tell you every second where this train is going to, right? So these are really unrealistic expectation as well. So what's the cause? Overthinking. Now there was a research done before 2020. There are two research done. One was before 2020, way before 2020, and another one was done recently 2020. So let me share with you one research studies done before 2020, way before 2020, and the source, National Science Foundation. It says that the research says that every day, every one of us approximately generate around 60,000 thoughts. 24 in a 24-hour time zone, we generated about 60,000 thoughts in a day. That means, okay, but then in the 2020, another second research was done, but using a slightly different parameters. It says that approximately 6,000 thoughts each day. It's still six lah, whether it's 60 or 6,000. But anyway, even in 6,000, conservatively, 6,000 thoughts a day can be a huge number too. But let's put things into perspective. Just now no, not just now. Yesterday we talked about you attract what you are. Okay, you attract what you are. Now, the more you think about certain things, especially negative things, the more you start to believe you are that thing. For example, if you always tell stories, create stories that you're not good enough, you will always tell yourself you're not good enough, finding excuses why you're not good enough and things like that, and then find something to validate that, see, I told you you're not good enough. So after a while, right, you start to believe that you are really, really not good enough. Now, can you imagine if in a days, 6,000 thoughts of it are all about you creating stories about you not good enough? That is a huge number to talk about. Okay. Now, put things into perspective. So therefore, if I put on the liberal and the conservative side, I mean the two studies put side by side. In terms of liberal, it means 60,000 thoughts per day, right? So basically, in 1 hour, you have 2,500 thoughts. And then every minute, you are generating 40 thoughts. And then every 1.5 seconds, you're going to have one new thoughts. That is liberal. That means the more liberal one. Let's talk about the conservative studies one. 6,000 thoughts. Basically, mean in an hour, you have 250 thoughts. And every thought take you 4 minutes to generate one. Four, not wrong. Four per minute, 4 thoughts per minute. So therefore, every 15 seconds, you have one new thought. Now, now it's already 2:38 p.m. It's already more than half a day gone. So basically, basically you have already generated more than, in terms of conservative, more than 3,000 thoughts already. And what are those thoughts? Do you know? Are you overthinking all those thoughts? Are you building up on those thoughts? Are those thoughts positive, negative, or neutral? A lot of us don't care, didn't care, didn't think that this is a matter that we should really be more aware. But let me tell you this, if you want a better life, you need to be aware what are your thoughts. Because there are many people who say that many gurus, right, manifestation gurus say that you are what you think, right? Okay. uh, True in a way. What you think may not attract what you want, but when you think long enough, overthink it long enough, and you start to buy into the thoughts that you have created long enough, then you are that thing already. And that is what will help you attract what you are. Okay, so just be mindful what you are thinking whole day round. So overthinking, what are the examples of overthinking? When I look at my clients who overthink, I was really 真的很可怜他们. Oh, my empathy come in again. Okay, so we shouldn't really be too over empathizing with other people. We need to take care of ourselves. But then we still need to use empathy, especially for me in my job, to be able to relate to them, what they have been going through. So when I look at them, when I hear from them, when I see how they look at the world, how they fit themselves into the world, I was like, how come like that? Their overthinking sometimes can be very scary. They can harp on a lot of unimportant details that doesn't matter at all. For example, you go and buy hamburgers from McDonald's, and they will harp on whether should I go and take their chili or don't take their chili. And if I take their chili, how many packets should I take? Is 3 enough? Is 4 enough? Is 5 enough? Doesn't matter, right? If you need 5, around 5, then just take around 5 lah. If you need 10, then ask for 10 lah. Doesn't matter. One less is one. It doesn't matter. One more, it doesn't matter. So same thing for energy training. I said that many times. Don't have to be exact science. Don't have to be asking me whether it's 3 cm from the behind the eyes or 4 cm from the left ear, 5 cm from the right ear. No need. Don't have to go exact science. Don't harp on unimportant details. Overthinking. This is overthinking. Number one. Number two, they always go for extreme precision. That means perfectionist lah. Perfectionist. They will tell you cannot lah. There's one dot here. Cannot make it. Redo. Or I cannot accept this. There's one little black thing there. I cannot accept. Extreme precision, especially for perfectionists. And then the third point is perfection for everything. Like everything must be perfect. Sui lor. They cannot accept 一点瑕疵. That is also overthinking. And over planning. A to Z, sui. A to Z, I already feel that it's over planning already. But those over planner, they will go by A-1, A-2, A-3, and then go to B-1, B-2, B-3. That is over planning. Don't have to. You will take a 大纲就好了. So Yi Jing always say that, 简易. As long as you have that boundary, left and right boundary, top and bottom boundary, 天地定位, the rest is free to play around. That's fine. Okay. Then also another thing about overthinking is long imaginary sequences and consequences. This is scary. This part here is scary. This part, two, four, this the fifth point and the sixth point create stories. These two are the killers. Are the killers why you cannot receive answers. And these two are also the killers why you attract all the lousy things to show up in your life. Let me elaborate a bit more. Long imaginary sequences and consequences. Have you seen people or know of someone, one small matter, they will think as though the heaven is going to collapse, and they'll think about the worst consequences ever possible, and they will play to that worst consequences and then create some more stories, and make it even more worse, as though it's not worse enough. Right? So these are called overthinking. And once you have that, it's going to make your internal noise very, very loud. And that will stop you from receiving messages from the universe. All right. So therefore, you need to have an yin yang balance between thinking and not thinking. Obviously, I'm not asking you not to think. You still need a bit of your logical mind to think, but not to the point of overthinking. Now, when we do energy training, it is very important not to overthink things. Why? Because if you overthink things and when you attach emotion to it, you're going to charge up the thing that you want to do. Okay. All right. So what we need to do is we need to have an energy tools to help you turn down your analyzer. I call it analyzer is because when you think, you're trying to analyze things. When you overthink, you are over analyzing certain things. And then you start to create stories, start to create sequences, start to create drama, start to create consequences. Okay, so don't overthink. Therefore, I call it analyzer. Now, one thing you need to know why I need to talk about this topic here is that energy follow your intention. If your intention is to create sequences and consequences, then your energy will all go there. Okay, we'll all go there to help you with creating a lot of wonderful, dramatic sequences and consequences. Then you're wasting your energy. Okay, so therefore, sometimes when you do energy training, we need to know how to tune down your analyzer to an appropriate level. How to do that? Okay, how to do that? I'm going to share with you this tool, a guided meditation also, a very short one to let you try out to feel for yourself how you can also have a knob in your energy system. Okay, to tune whether to tune towards not thinking or to tune towards more thinking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here. I will guide you through. I won't play the video already. I will be guiding you through. So what I want you to do is right now, close your eyes and follow my voice. So here it goes. Notice how active your mind is right now. Imagine there is a volume knob for your analyzer. You can just visualize it or feel it. It doesn't matter. Turn it down to about 50% and notice what is happening. Now, try turn it down to 30%. Turn it down some more to 10%. Now, try turning it off Now, let it automatically adjust to the most comfortable setting. Any setting is okay. Once you are done, take a deep breath, open your eyes. Okay, this is how to give you a feel. What you can have is to include in a volume knob, something like a volume knob in your energy system, so that you can use it at will to adjust the level of thinking and not thinking. So share your experience. Share your experience in the chat box about this analyzer thinking. Are you able to adjust your amount of thinking and not thinking? And then are you able to let it set the automatic setting at the most comfortable one? Thank you, Andy. Fast way to silence the mind. That's it. Remember, energy will follow your intention. So I'm just giving you a tool to help you visualize that you have a volume knob, like radio, right? Volume knob. You can tune it down, tune it down, tune it down, so that you mute out all the internal noise. And when you mute out all the internal noise, then suddenly the universe message, right, will become louder, relatively louder. Lah. Let's say your internal noise now is at volume 10, but the message noise, the universe message is at volume 5. Of course, volume 10 will flood and overwhelm volume 5. But if you're able to use this knob to tune down your internal noise all the way to 4 or 3 or 2, suddenly you realize that your universe message at volume 5 become relatively louder. And that's why you are able to pick up the universe message. Okay, good. Wow, Helen, you almost doze off. Wow, what do you do to yourself? So shook, huh? Afternoon, after lunch, shook, shook, huh? Okay, so tuning your analyzer, I'm just trying to give you a better perspective of this analyzer thing. Now, if you want a bigger picture, a more holistic understanding, for example, knowing where to go, and you want to appear wise to people out there, then you should tune it more towards the not thinking part. Okay, not thinking part. That means you are like, wow, you like very zen like that. So you are able to see a bigger picture. Because you are not skewed towards a certain end of a certain answers. So you are able, you look zen, neutral, and able to see bigger picture, right? And then know where to go, and then you look wiser. But if let's say you want details and precision, going to the details and precision, then you should tune more towards the thinking part. So you need to assemble information. That is why you need more thinking power. And if you plan how to get there, I mean, you also need the more thinking part there, more details, and that will make you look smart. So it's either you want to be looking smart or looking wise. You can use this volume knob to adjust between not thinking and thinking. All right. Question so far? Okay. So just now that volume knob is just a quick way to get you have a good feel of what you can do to adjust your analyzer. Now, once I've shared with you how to use this analyzer already, let's go through this exercise 5. I will be guiding you through. This is a pretty long exercise. Before we go for the break, is to spring clean your mind. Remember, we don't want confusion. You want to have clarity. So this exercise 5 will give you the clarity if you need it from time to time. Are you all ready? Type yes in the chat box if you are. It's a very long guided exercise, and we'll go through this, and then we go for a break. If you are ready to follow me, type yes in the chat box. Thank you, Andy. Okay, let's do it. Now go ahead And close your eyes. Give yourself a deep breath, be grounded, and be fully present behind your eyes. Breathe. Now move your awareness into the center of your head. Imagine the center of your head as a room which contains all your thoughts and distraction. Be in that room now and look around the room. Notice how big the room is. Does it feel familiar? Is your room clean and organized? Or is it messy and difficult to see? If you can't see much, that's totally okay. Just feel the space. Imagine the light switch. Turn on the light. What does your room look like or feel like to you? Have you been here recently? Is it old and abundant? Give yourself permission to see all the conscious and unconscious information here. Let yourself see all your old thoughts and ideas. Everything you are keeping in case you need it again. You might see these as boxes, spider webs, or just energy. Whatever you see is right for you. As you become aware of these old thoughts, decide if you really need to keep them. Are they helping you or are they just clutters? Create a huge grounding cord in the center of your head, in the middle of that room, like a drain where all the old energies can be released. Let go of your old thoughts and energies and see them swirling them down the drain. As the room becomes clear, notice a light coming in from above, lighting the ceiling, filling the room. Breathe. As your old thoughts clear, remember any broken records, those thoughts you have that play over and over again in your head. What are those broken records telling you about yourself? What are your persistent doubts and worries and fears? Do you really need to hear them again? Shove all your broken records into the grounding cord and let them go. Breathe. How does your room look now? A little more clear? Look around the room again and notice all those stories and opinions and information other people have told you. You might see piles of old cassettes or MP3. Just feel the old energies. Anything you perceive is just right for you. Let that information play now and hear all the advice you receive in this life. Hear everyone's stories you are keeping in your head. Do you really need this now? Is it helpful or just distraction? Let go of all these old stories and opinions. See them moving down the drain, down the grounding cord into the earth. Breathe. How does your room feel now? More quiet and clean? Look around again and see all the old memories you are keeping here. You might see old pictures, old movies. Feel the energy. Ask yourself, how many of these memories are even real? Decide what you can let go of and release those memories into the grounding. See them going down the drain into the earth. Breathe. How's the room looking now? Notice any people in this room now. Did you know them? What do they want from you? Information, communication, money? Did you invite them or they invited themselves? Check behind you and every corner. Anyone hiding out there? Now have everyone stand in front of you now and be seen. Get everyone's attention. Let them know you are changing the rules. Tell them only I am allowed in the center of my head. Everyone else must leave. Open the door. Show everyone out of the door and out of your head. Breathe. When everyone has left, close the door and admire your new space. Ask yourself, is this room the ideal thinking space for me? If yes, then great. If no, imagine what you would like to change. Does it need to be bigger, taller, redecorated? Make any change you want. Breathe. When you're finished, give yourself permission to enjoy this clean, quiet, and peaceful room just for you. Keep this peaceful awareness and return your attention to your body. Be behind your eyes. Feel the room around you. Give yourself permission to have a peaceful mind today. Breathe, be grounded, present, and relax in your body. Smile and be grateful for expanding your awareness. Wriggle your hands and feet. Stretch. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. Okay. Now, share your experience. This is a long one. Okay, share your experience. Those who overthink and those who use empathy a lot and those who felt that they are being controlled by people, I mean they have no say for their own life, you will find this very challenging. Please share your experience. Okay, Andy said relaxation. Okay, good. Thanks. Relaxation. So if you think your mind is too crowded already, you can do this exercise. Yeah. Okay, so when you notice something in your head that doesn't belong to you, basically very simple. It can be old memories, can be pictures, can be someone else inside your, overstay in your mind. Give yourself permission to let it go. Remember, I said just now or yesterday that you have the absolute right and priority and control over your own space. So if you ask people to leave, they will have to leave. Quite leave. But quite leave is one thing. For whatever reason, based on what you're doing in the physical world, they may find or they may creep themselves back into your space again. Okay, they may find themselves creep. They may find ways like to creep back into your room in your mind. All right, so you may have to do this regularly, perhaps once a week or once a month, and things like that, to clear your mind, clear the confusion, and have clarity. So Helen said, for me, oops. So for me, it helps gain clarity to declutter the mind. Yes, this is a very powerful tool to declutter the mind. Not only the physical space, that means your room, the house, you need to declutter. Your mind also need to declutter. And this is a tools, energy tools for you for that purpose. Very powerful. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed these energy tools about decluttering the mind to clear confusion and to gain clarity. To gain clarity, I think there are more tools that you can use. That one, for example, in the intuition workshop, 2 weeks later, you have another tool to help you gain the clarity and to find answers in a more powerful way. Okay, so with that, let us take a short break now.